done here. There's one more thing I've got to do. I wouldn't mind the company if you wanted to tag along. Jenny. There we go.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's AdamaSanguine and welcome back to Diamond City. Today we're taking a look at Valentine Manor, and Valentine Manor is a build that I've been meaning to do for quite some time. Now, for those that have been with my channel for over a year know that I did a player home for Nick. Well, according to YouTube, it's only been a year. It was actually a little bit longer ago than that. Now, with this, of course, you guys know that for those that have done the main story, have made it to Diamond City and know that Nick is a synth. You do the rescue in Vault 114. You know that he ends up being the main person that helps you find Sean. So he is essential, and of course, even in the Far Harbor DLC, he is one of the main parts of that story. So they paid him a lot of attention to his character, and I wanted to do the same. Nick Valentine is one of the best followers in the game as far as when it comes to conversations. He has one of the best sets of Radiant quests to become fully set up with him. Never remember that word. But Nick Valentine himself, of course, has the person that behind the synth was a Boston police officer, a detective. For many, many years, a lot of bad things happened to his family, and again, I highly recommend doing his companion story because you'll get a lot of great feedback into his past. And of course, again, going back to Far Harbor, is that you'll know that story just wouldn't be the same without Nick. So I wanted to give some special attention to Nick. Now, as far as this build goes, what I wanted to visit with it is sort of like in the case of, if you guys have ever seen the Highlander movies or the Highlander TV series, know that with the main characters plural, they've been around for many centuries, and they used their money, they did a lot of influence in the city. So Nick, you guys know, holds a very special connection to Diamond City as well. So let's go ahead and do this real quick, guys. I'll show you what I started out with here. Alright, so here's what I started with. You guys know that pretty much any cell or build area that I touch, I love to give it 100% or sometimes 110%. In the case of this, I was actually going to keep the original structure of the building, the original skeletal section, but in the end I actually did do a 100%, maybe 120. In Diamond City we can't build up, but we can certainly build down. Let's see how it turned out. Hold that thought.
Nick being a synth has never really bothered me. Honestly, I don't even think about it anymore.
So now that we're moving on past what would be considered the vanilla cell, I wanted to show and tell some of the things that I've done here. Now, what I discovered using Place Anywhere, and I'm pretty sure it works with the pillar glitch as well, take the Vault 88 signs and you can place them just below the surface of a wall, or in the case of a weapons bench as I did in Vault 88, and you get that beautiful stencil effect. Nice. Love how that turned out. Now, for those that know about mods, and we download them for different things, whether it be location or just for a person that collects the player home mods, I wanted to see in this something that I could use for every occasion. If I came into Diamond City or Valentine Detective Agency for the first time and had a home here, what would I like to see? Well, how about a player home that has everything already included? Now, one of the other things too, if you guys are curious, again, all this is wallpaper, so how do we get that effect like I did in Sanctuary? Of course, we just put a few pillars in for the door frame, and in the case of the upper part of the door, I just use this wall from Skylines. Nice. Really love how that works out. So again, we'll take a look around here, and I'll be a little quiet here for a moment. So again, the idea behind this build is over the centuries, Nick has accumulated some money, and he's had nothing but time outside of his cases to actually put this together. Whether he has somebody build it for him, because, you know, honestly, he's not going to do this all himself, and he doesn't have Bruce Wayne money, but he's had time to accumulate different things over the years. Now, don't tell Nick I'm actually keeping some sugar bombs in here in case I need a fix. So, yeah. So he said he's got his workbench, he's got his armor bench, he's got his weapons bench, and really love how it turned out. And to keep it real, guys, obviously if you're going to come to Diamond City for the first time, we got a few of the things that you're actually going to need when in Diamond City. We got your yellow paint, your blue paint, and of course we snagged that paint mixer from over in Hardware Town. Nice, so we can go over and help him on the wall and get that new green paint going. Yeah, thank you, Andrew CX, for including that in your mod, because it's the first time I've actually able to work that in and find a way to use it. So when living in a post-war, you know, what are you going to do with your money, especially when you live in a town that's so anti-ghoul and anti-synth? You know, what's a great thing to put in the vault? Well, how about some of that money that Nick is going to accumulate over the years? We got a lot of the copper, we got a lot of gold, we got a lot of silver, everything accumulated up, and of course a stash that he can work on and resell whenever he needs a little spending cash to get around. You never know when you got to grease some palms for some information. Am I right? Now, for anyone that's spent enough time snooping around Nick's office, you'll eventually come across the Marty Bullfinch case, which leads you to the Gilded Grasshopper in downtown in Funeral Hall, and then, of course, the Food for the Grasshopper and the Shimdrone Sword. Really awesome, unique weapon. If you have the Nuclear Physicist perk, you get a lot more use out of that sword. Other than that, it's pretty useless. Now, for those that know Nick very well, and of course if you've ever had the Mysterious Stranger perk and Nick in your party, really awesome unique dialogue that you'll get from Nick, but again only happens if you have the Mysterious Stranger perk. but you can still come across the case file here that he's been working on, because Nick is quite aware of the stranger himself. Nice. And of course, if you keep Nick in your party long enough, eventually he'll start telling you about Eddie Winter and wanting to finally finish off the things that happen. Of course, spoilers, guys, Eddie is the one that had Nick's wife killed, of course, pre-war Nick. And it's a really, again, the best companion quest, I believe, in the game. Really awesome. Highly recommended, guys. Go ahead and finish off this quest if you hadn't had a chance to. Now, this here is an idea I had for a cigar humidor. Just have this Curo doors on top of this really awesome little cabinet here. Now, the night before last, I lost a lot of sleep, mainly just because I wanted to work on this room. I had the idea in my head, and once I started working on it, I actually only slept for about 2 hours, worked on this room, and then actually finally went to sleep after I got some progress and went to work. You guys saw my idea for the laundry mod in my sanctuary build. This kind of came from that. And I just wanted to keep working on this. You know, I know it's a little ugly, but that's beautiful to me, guys. I just saw this image in my head. And if you guys saw way back when I did the Egret Tours Marina, this is kind of a callback to that as well. And you guys know about my sink that I do when I actually make the working dirty sink. Show you a little bit about this cabinet here. Check this out. So this is just a couple of fancy tables for those that have that. We've got a, what is that, 4 different cabinets, and then we got a old dirty sink, and then we actually have the Vault-Tet sink. Minus the fancy cabinet, guys, all this is vanilla. So if you take some time with the pillar glitching, you could probably do that too. Nice. The decorations help, of course. I think I did a pretty good job of capturing that same feel of the original Valentine Detective Agency, while still adding my twist on an alternate reality for Nick Valentine. Your Nick may be different than mine. My Nick is a Gen 3 synth. He made that decision to switch over to that body. And of course, you guys have seen my other builds. I did Kellogg's House Out of the Park. I did the Home Plate Unbound. I did, you know, the original Valentine Detective Agency. I wasn't happy with that build, but I am certainly happy with this build. And I really just am so blessed and having the ability to be able to show this off to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We're coming up on the end. And here he is, the man himself, Mr. Valentine. Thank you so much for allowing us to tour your home and allowing me to show the world what I'm capable of. You know, guys, I'm really happy with this build, but a year from now I might look at it and say, I wish I could have done better. But until then, I'm just glad that I was able to do this. I'm on console, guys. I'm on a PS4 Pro. If I inspired you, let me know in the comments. If you're a PC builder and I inspired you, you can let me know in a private message. I won't tell anybody. But all in all, again, guys, I think I did a pretty good job. Until the next one, guys, we're going to go look around at the other rooms. We'll go take a look at Nick's room and Ellie's room. And until the next one, I am AdamaSanguine, and I love you all. I'm out.
Hey,
I'll see what I can do.
come on.